Good evening, and welcome to the Reel McCoy. I'm your host, Meffistoe. Always with me, my hetero life mate. All my feelings. Good evening to you, sir.
Evening, buddy.
What is the Reel McCoy, you might ask? The Reel McCoy is your weekly movie podcast where we ask you to go watch a movie. You watch it, come back to us, and we break it down, nerd on it, geek on it, and present it to you folks out there listening and watching and all of that good stuff. Today, we'll be continuing our Christmas cheer. Yes, I said Christmas, not holiday cheer. Relax. We're continuing our Christmas cheer with a kind of a weird Christmas movie, but a Christmas movie nonetheless. It is called Trading Places, and to discuss this with us, we have Culture Casino. Culture, how are you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm here. I'm in and out. I'm a ghost. I'm a
to
ghost.
Me, you are. Yeah, you are. To me, you are in complete 4K.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just like
Yeah.
like the virtual background is really going crazy.
Some fractals in the background. You look like a.
Look there's my. If I lean back, you can see the chair, and then it's less disco ghosts. You know. Oh, anyway, hi everybody. I'm Culture Casino. Good to see you. I'm glad to be here. I love this film. I consider it a Christmas classic. And for those of you out there who do not, I can't help you.
Did you not?
Side note, Meth, you broke the streak.
I did? We'll talk about it later.
Clear.
Oh, was it clear? Oh,
the first time Culture Casino actually got through the intro without messing it up.
I broke the Bambino curse. Oh my God.
The intro was beautiful. What happened now?
What? Yeah.
Typically, he fumbles at some point in time. Like Charlie Brown, he inevitably drops the ball, or it's like I'm his Lucy, essentially.
Well, yes and no. To the kitchen, Lucy. No. Okay. If you're not acquainted with Culture Casino, what's going on with you? What the fuck are you doing in your life? Yeah, just go follow Culture on Twitter at Culture Casino. because anything and everywhere he just tweets it out and you just follow on through. And you can definitely go subscribe to Culture Casino. That is the new link with the new handle that YouTube did, and it literally frickety broke the YouTubes because I was unsubscribed to Culture and he was unsubscribed to me, even though I was a member on his YouTube channel.
Well, I'm proud to be back amongst the 1,300 plus or whatever it is, ridiculous number of subs you have. So congratulations.
Yeah, we've been working tirelessly to get to that number.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. But we're looking into the future.
Yeah, it was really weird. I'm like, wait a minute. Mephistoe and I see each other all the time. What's going on with it? But anyway, no, I have a YouTube channel. I tried an experiment the last few weeks of doing 20 videos per week. That's like trying not to like sleep or eat or do anything else aside from work and do videos, which, But it's been fun. We've stepped back a little bit the last few days to about 3 per day instead of 4 per day. We're probably going to step it back a little bit more, just because I always feel like I'm not going in depth to the stories that I want to do. But that's what's been happening. So and we've been pushing out our content not just to YouTube but to Odyssey and Rumble and other places. Going to keep doing that and investing more time in the alternate platforms. But no, I've just been doing that, hanging out over on Midnight's Edge, hanging out with my friends over at Comics Division's channel, and hanging out with everybody else as often as I can. Which my schedule's full, so if you want me to do something, you have to ask a little bit in advance.
Like I did, months in advance. This is why. And I sent you the document. I told you we are scheduling nerds, and I'm trying to get, because I got more in contact with other people. That's how I can get maybe alternates, maybe coming in with like we had last week where we scheduled 2 guests, but one kind of fell off, but already rescheduled for a couple of other projects or other shows that we're going to do in the future, which is interesting. All right, shall we dive into Trading Places? How many times have you watched this week? Oh, my feelings.
I'm not gonna 5 times.
Wow,
that's insane. Genuinely love this film.
I've watched it.
As Culture said, it is now part of my new repertoire of Christmas classics. This film is phenomenal. I do have some issues, and there are some obvious dating. Like, it's just like it was part of the times back then, using certain words and phrases that we'll get to. But the other F word used a couple of times.
Yes.
The N word with the hard R used once, which is actually just like trying to chastise the villain even more so. But still, it's like, ugh. It's common sensibilities still kind of eke in where you're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable watching that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Good.
No, all I was going to say is that stuff does not bother me. I know it does other people. I don't like the use of certain words. The hard R ending of other words. Don't like the other word you mentioned.
Figgots.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. But in the context of the film, it doesn't bother me. And one of the reasons is because it's in line with when it was made. Not to mention the fact that language, while I don't appreciate it, is not going to keep me from enjoying something if it's genuinely good. But I mean, can't get away from that. Eddie Murphy made millions and millions of dollars using words people aren't comfortable with. Yep. So I'm
just look at Raw. I mean,
Raw. I'm genuinely with you, Culture. I don't actually use the N word. Not that I have the chance to use it, but I don't use the N word. I don't like it. I don't like to use it. I don't like to use the other F word, even though I say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. Do I care if other people use it? If it's a derogatory term, it stings, and I would probably say something. But if it's kind of out of context, I don't really mind it that much. Plus, it's you. It's not me. So who at the end of the day, context really, really matters. And in this
context
one
is always key.
and in this one, I think every single time it was said with context to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But we'll get. Sorry, Culture. Go ahead.
No, please.
Well, the only time that the N word is actually only used, it's only used to further demonize Mortimer Duke.
Yes.
It's trying to like just. I would say just put the proverbial nail in the coffin of like we're supposed to hate this guy.
Yeah.
Even though the audience is already really self-assured that we hate this guy.
It's just to put the button on that on
which
that
is
scene.
so
All
funny.
right.
Who plays him is Donna Mesh, which we're gonna get
yes,
to.
there's a detail on it.
There's a whole bunch
there's
of
a detail
fun
on
stories
it
about that.
But of course, this is how we start the show. We start the show with our segment Behind the Screens.
Production take 2.
Didn't screw up the stinger either. Behind the Screens is where we turn to All My Feelings and we get the lowdown on everything behind the scenes. Good, sir.
So what's funny is Timothy Harris initially thought of the concept of the film after he played tennis with a couple of twin brothers who were very wealthy, who were very frugal with their money.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Go on.
And the initial idea of betting was all brought up with him and his writing partner at the time. So what they thought was, what's odd is no one really looks into the exchange in the exchange commodities, and this is after the really, really big deal of Culture Casino. I don't know if you remember this, the big Silver Thursday in the commodities market.
Maybe not.
The Hunts brothers actually tried to corner the market on silver, just as the Duke brothers tried to corner the market on frozen orange juice concentrate in the film.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The writing pair knew that the method of Winthrop's and Valentine's victory would be so confusing that they consulted with multiple commodities exchange people on the stock floor and brokers.
Okay.
Then they also hoped that the audience was too invested in the characters to really care about the plot of the film.
Well, that's technically true. It's technically true.
So it's funny. It was sold to Paramount under the title Black and White. Wow. Isn't that on the nose?
My goodness.
A bit much.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Landis was offered the role, offered
the
role
directorship,
but he hated the title so much he was emphatic about changing the title.
Okay.
In the room with writers that he was going to have doing just punch-ups and rescripts as they always do,
mm-hmm.
Said, "I will give $100 to the first person who gives me a better title."
Ooh.
Thus, Trading Places
was born. Nice. Well, it is a much better title, and it's much more of
it's a prince. It's the Prince and the Pauper.
It's the Prince of it's the Prince of the Pauper story.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. And Landis actually admitted to the fact that he met with Timothy Harris and said, "I don't understand the ending."
Oh, with the trade stock? A lot of people don't understand how that works.
Oh, it gets.
I know how that works.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you mean covering shorts?
It's yes. It's technically shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not YouTube shorts, but shorts.
No, and you have to cover your short, and yeah.
Which is so funny too is just as a side note, in 2020, Wall Street the Wall Street was it the Transparency and Accountability Act had a certain measure that was included into it about certain bits of insider trading that were included in this film, and it's actually referred to as by law the Eddie Murphy rule.
Wow.
Not in 2020.
Sorry, in
Wow.
2010.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still like pretty far away from the movie.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Well, this is after Bernie and all of that, which had a lot to do with
after
some other...
the Madoff Bernie or the other Bernie? Never mind. Keep going.
You're not going to get into that.
Hey, keep going.
Well, what's funny is the script was initially developed for Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
See, that didn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I knew
Yeah,
that.
they were a very popular duo in film. So yeah, that makes sense.
And this is after their first big hit in 1980.
Yes.
It
It's
was
See No Evil, Hear No Evil?
No, before that one.
Did that come after?
That was after that one.
Okay.
But anyway, after this is after Richard Pryor had his, I would say, mishap.
Oh, when he was burning down the street? Yeah.
Yeah, when he lit himself on fire.
Yeah, freebasing cocaine.
He became the Human Torch. See?
Yeah, the Human Torch.
Hey, let's just say he was very method.
Very method.
Yes. Oh, in that case, I don't think it was meth. Wait, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's freebasing.
Cocaine.
No, yeah. But the joke was method. Anyway,
no, I got you. Culture, I got you, buddy. What was funny is initially the studio didn't want Murphy because they thought 48 Hours was actually going to be a flop.
Whoa.
Yeah. They thought it was going to bomb, but it tested so well with test audiences. They're like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and bring him on in.
Nice. This is remember the time of and the place. Dan Aykroyd was the old SNL, and
we're gonna get to Aykroyd
okay. Go ahead. I
Murphy
just want to add in before you add in. Thank you, Tom. They had
Yep.
Silver Streak and Stir
and
Crazy.
Stir
Thank
Crazy.
you. That's the two movies.
Yeah.
That's the two movies, man. Thank you.
But Murphy was stated once that he was only paid $350,000, but multiple other people said he was paid 1.1 to 1.2 million. So it's like a little bit sketchy there, Eddie. Just like your taste in Ladies of the Night.
Yep.
The studio also didn't want Dan Aykroyd at all
because
they thought Aykroyd was better as a duo. Because this is after Blues Brothers.
Yes.
Also another John Landis film.
Yep.
The studio also didn't want Jamie Lee Curtis.
Because she was known as the
Scream Queen. She just got paid $1 million to do Halloween 2. She only got paid $70,000 to do this film.
Ooh. Was that scale or?
No. She took a massive, massive pay cut because she didn't want to be typecast.
Dang.
Aykroyd also took a massive pay cut. And also, she turned down Psycho 2.
Dang.
Okay.
Which is funny because her mother was in the original Psycho.
Yes.
And also, a side note, her sister's in this film, by the way.
Sister's in this film?
Yeah.
Who was she playing?
I think her name is Buffy. It's one of the other girls that's in the country club scene.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is that the one that is talking like this?
No.
The other one?
The other one.
Okay.
The casting of the Duke
said.
brothers.
Just,
I would say the casting of the Duke brothers. We're going to talk now about our good friend Don Amici, because holy shit, this is funny.
Don Amici, please.
Amici.
Hey, he's a proud Italian. Hey.
What's his name? Don Amici.
Don Amici.
Mr. Bellamy. Mr. Bellamy was quite gifted too.
Yeah, well, Bellamy was already on board from the get go. Like he was offered the role, and like, yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'll do it. Not a big deal, because he gets to play Randolph. Because Randolph, out of the two of them, he's an asshole, but he is not the asshole.
Whatever.
Mortimer. Yes. The casting director thought that Don was dead. He had
Really?
all of his residual checks were sent to his children. Then his
Oh
children
my
would give him
God.
the stipend from it. And he hadn't worked in 13 years. So everyone thought originally that Don was dead.
Okay.
That's insane.
That's really insane.
It wouldn't happen in today's world, obviously.
Well, yeah, because you go through the agent, the
Yeah.
fucking publicist, the da-da-da, yeah.
Yeah. So they decided, well, they wanted to get Amici on board, and he was going to take the role. But then the previous actor that they wanted to hire, he was actually dead.
Who?
Wow.
Oh, I can't remember his name now. He was a 40s actor.
Okay.
But he would have fit the role perfectly. But the thing is, they wanted to give that actor more money than Amici. So
Okay.
Amici said, I'm not going to play the role unless you pay me the same amount.
Yeah, he should. Good.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And he probably got it.
Yeah,
And
Paramount was so.
We have a crash guest first on the show.
Crash guest, all right.
How you doing, Tom?
There's Tom. How you doing, buddy?
Might as well have you on the show,
Almost
right?
Confused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's figuring stuff out. So I'm gonna keep going.
He's
So-
also fighting Restream like we did.
Yes. So
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is.
yep.
Is
Fantastic.
that the laser disc version?
Mm-mm. That's the vinyl.
That's
Yeah.
the vinyl?
That's the soundtrack, my friend. Yeah.
Look at that.
That is sweet.
Which we'll get to in a second.
Sweet.
What's funny too is that.
Oh, you got Evie. Wow, you even
Oh
preserved
my
it.
God.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, I got. Oh,
That's
never mind.
really
I did
nice.
the name. It was Ray Millard. Was
Okay.
the actor that they wanted initially,
yeah.
but he was, he was deceased at the time.
Yeah.
So he fought for it, and they said, okay, fine, we'll go ahead and pay him the same amount. The
Okay.
studio was furious over this and all the other casting decisions. They reduced the budget to be spiteful.
Oh, who was the I didn't actually see. Is it Warner Brothers?
Paramount.
Paramount.
Paramount. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom.
Okay, cool.
I say the other fun thing is G. Gordon Lilly was offered the role.
Mhm.
Yeah, G. Gordon Lilly. You know who that is, right, Meth?
The name of the actor is very familiar, but
Not an
He's-
actor.
he came out of Watergate.
Yep.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
The
name
The
came up.
felon.
His name came up this week because of the whole Twitter shit.
Yeah.
That's why it
Mhm.
was in my head.
Yeah. He
Okay.
was
Yeah, G.
offered
yeah.
the role of Beaks.
Beaks. Yeah. They still picked
And he-
better.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he actually wanted to take the role until he read the gorilla scene.
Oh, we
Oh,
didn't like it.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
But what's funny is at one point in time, there is actually a point where someone is reading a copy of Liddy's autobiography.
Autobiography.
That's
okay.
funny.
Anything else?
Some other fun bits. Murphy was allowed to ad-lib a lot of his scenes,
Obviously.
except for when it came to when he was on the exchange floor. He said, I had to go by the script. I have absolutely no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Okay. I would get it.
Elmer Bernstein, which, Tom, you know this, composed the score, and he was selected because he had worked with John Landis on other films such as The Blues Brothers
Yeah.
and An American Werewolf in London.
Nice.
Both
Nice.
amazing scores.
Nice.
Again, $15 million budget, $120.6 million domestic gross.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That is
That's really
sweet.
good back then. In $83, that's a lot of money.
It's due to inflation, it's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And also, really good fun note is after the post. Well, everyone knows about what happened in the Twilight Zone film, right? The child actress dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
The John Landis trial and all that.
John Landis was furious with Eddie Murphy for years because Eddie Murphy wouldn't testify as a character witness on his behalf. Yet there was
another thing too.
Yeah, they made 2 other films together. One of them being Coming to America.
Yes, but they also had a massive fight on that set.
Yes, but what's funny is in Coming to America, the Duke brothers are featured.
Yes.
They're 2 bums on the street.
Very famous scene.
Yeah. The prince gives the money to
Mortimer, we're back.
Yeah.
I think the thing that really solidified the whole like Landis fight was more so when Eddie Murphy said that Landis had more of a chance with working with Vic Morrow again than he did with Eddie Murphy. And that really, because that also was such a big deal that it caused a rift between Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
Yep.
Oh, that it went that deep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they got into a fight over it. Yeah.
Damn. Actors. All right. I have got 2 things to add to that. So one thing is the floor, the trading floor where they used. It's an actual trading floor. And they tried to film the scene.
It was supposed to be in Chicago. I know. I was gonna bring it up later.
It was supposed to be in Chicago because the commodities is in Chicago. It's not. Thanks, Tom. It's not in actual New York. Although some of the futures is in New York, but it's complicated. But they tried to do the scene with real traders, but it was too noisy.
Oh no, I know. They tried doing it actually on the floor. It was too busy and actually halted $6 billion worth of trades during the week. And they're like, okay, we're gonna have to use extras and do this on the weekend.
Exactly. So they use a room full of extras, which evidently cost less than to stop trading. And the second thing is it's a fun little thing that I really didn't know. But there's a scene where one of the Duke brothers Bellamy kind of falls, and Don Amici is the other brother. And there's a scene where it said, could you like take care of your brother? And Don Amici says,
it's at the end. It's actually Don Amici.
Right at the end. I know. It's right at the end.
And it's also whenever he cursed, because he also uses the word asshole too. He was such a religious Catholic that he would actually apologize to the crew, every one of the actors, every one of the extras for cursing before he said it. And he said, I will only do one take.
Yes,
that's
one take. He did one take and they had to use that one.
At the end where he said, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
It was such an emphatic delivery too. I mean, it was like boom, precise.
Yes.
Mortimer, your brother, he's dying.
Turn those machines back on.
Fuck him. Turn those machines back on.
All right, cool. If we have anything else, we'll just add it through the movie.
Now everything else is in the film.
Now we're gonna go through speedy round setup for the whole movie. Kind of went through, go by everything, and it kind of starts with the music from Figaro's Wedding, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Mozart. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. So we have this, first of all, showing us the town, but also showing us
our friend Coleman.
Yes, they're the rich side of the equation, and then
also the original butlers that they wanted would not take the role. One of them said, "Like, I will take the role as long as I don't have to be outside of my home, which is 9 miles outside of London."
Oh my god.
So, nope.
So we have showing us a little bit how rich and how like over exaggerated everything with the literal going to his bed. Doing the toasts, right? And literally bringing everything to the bed.
Awesome.
It's so fucking 80s, and it's very, very, very.
It's super yuppie. I mean, this is
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. If you remember that show, it's very much reminiscent of that kind of show as the intro to the show, to the whole movie.
Say, Tom, Culture, and Mev, we're all old fucks here, so we all know this. Was it Champagne and Caviar Dreams, or was it the Caviar and Champagne Dreams? I can't remember what that was for.
Champagne, Riches, and Caviar Dreams.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
I'm Robin Leach, and I don't know why.
Glory with infinite patience.
So yeah.
All right.
And the thing that for me from this whole intro is like 5 or 6 minutes until they actually converge into each other is the fact that the rich people don't look directly into their subservience, and it's very palpable right about here. So everybody says good morning to like the
which
Dukes.
is also funny is the fact that you can see that even though they're both basically disregarding everyone who is beneath their station,
them, yeah.
Even Winthrop at least acknowledges them as people. That's the juxtaposition between that and the Dukes, where the Dukes don't even look at them. Yeah, they don't acknowledge that they even exist.
That kind of gives you the sort of the class system between rich and wealthy.
Mega rich and
wealthy. I mean, right. You get to that point where it's like people are so far beneath you in your own mind where you just disregard them altogether.
Yeah, I love that. The whole lead into this film was very well. The setup was done perfectly, right? You know, you don't need, you show, you don't tell. That's this entire intro is show.
Yes, exactly. I love that when they do. It's a concept that has been lost in like modern films, and I'm talking about from 2010, and really depends on which movie, because if it's an artsy movie you do get to see that, but if it's a commercial like blockbuster, a lot of it's lost, and it's sad.
Well, it's really sad. It's set amongst large set pieces, you know. The you know, and the salaries are lost on the cast. You know, excuse me, the budget's lost on the cast salaries. That's what I meant to say. So it's one of those situations that we're seeing now, even in television shows, right? You spend money to pay these actors, and everybody has to be paid, and you have way too many people working on these things to begin with, but that's a whole other conversation. And then you waste everything on the dialogue. So you're doing all this exposition, you know, in a dialogue format, rather than utilizing establishments. Like, this is just a series of establishment shots that are interspersed with like dialogue. Not a lot of it, just enough to get you where you need to go. The show don't tell is somehow a lost art. Shouldn't be. It's very strange.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say there's a very classic story element to the tale too. Like, it feels very Shakespearean.
It is,
in a way, almost like a Shakespearean
Prince and the Pauper,
comedy of errors. Yeah, very much that kind of a story. Kind of like how Coming to America is very much a modern fairy tale. This is kind of a modern Prince and the Pauper, but it has that, you know, because you have the two scheming, you know, brothers setting this whole thing up, setting up the comedy of errors through the whole mess of it all. So it has a very classical story element kind of telling to it.
And the way they introduce Eddie Murphy's character is he doesn't bump into the Dan Aykroyd character. He bumps into the two brothers, and the Dukes are like, "Get away from me. What is this? What are you doing here on my sidewalk?" Right.
Well, what's funny too is, by the way, the Dukes, if you notice, they wear the exact same suit and undershirt, same tie, with the same stripe pattern. The thing is, one wears a bow tie and one wears an actual necktie. That's tie. Differential.
Yes, exactly.
Well, what's funny too is they have the little bit before that where it sets it up from the beginning, where it is Randolph who's reading. I can't remember what article he was reading, but he's like, "Oh, this is hogwash," when he's actually in the backseat of the car when they're talking about the pork trade.
Yes. Yeah.
Where he's like, well, they're going to give him the Nobel Prize of the nature versus nurture debate.
Right.
Why would they do that? And even, well, they mentioned the whole thing with Valentine too. And then Randolph even says, money isn't everything to Mortimer. And Mortimer says, well, I don't know what you mean. And Randolph says, oh, well, as Mother said, you're just greedy. And and Mortimer says it as a retort, she meant it as a compliment.
That's funny.
It's setting up and literally this is before Wall Street. It sets up the whole greed is good kind of underline.
Well, we have that on top with they have just the butler coming in for them, Ezra. He gives him a $5 bonus for a Christmas bonus.
Yes.
Randolph does. And Mortimer goes, that's also from me.
Yes, it's from both of us, which means it's so messed up in so many ways.
Yeah.
But we do get a little bit of, like, before the shit really hits the fan, we get a little bit of taste on how Eddie Murphy's character is like operating. He's supposed to be this pauper, supposed to be this veteran, and he faces up with the two cops. And I can see. Yeah, I can see.
Oh, Jesus! God bless you. God bless you.
And they don't actually arrest him on the spot when he literally runs away from them. When they do start chasing him, he bumps into Dan Aykroyd. Winthrop. And this whole, like, it's a little bit of a, you've stolen stuff from me and you didn't steal from me. And when he runs away, there's a cop on one end, there's the cop on the other end, and he just runs into the club. And that kind of sets up this whole chain of events where he gets arrested.
I was going to say the only thing that's important before that is the one scene with Winthrop coming in to them, getting all the checks signed. That's the reason why he is so worried about the briefcase, because they're signed checks.
Yes. And we get a little bit of taste on the Clarence Beeks thing.
Yeah, it's the Beeks thing. That's the most important bit where they go, oh, don't worry about that. He's working on a special project for us.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
I like, this is one of the best shots because it's it's a ridiculous shot, but it sets up the comedy element of this whole Prince and the Pauper story, where it is Eddie Murphy and he is a really funny guy. And this actually activates the whole nature and nurture thing with the two brothers, is where he gets carried out. It was like, yeah, he just grew up poor, and Mortimer is like, of course he's behaved like he doesn't say the R word. He doesn't say the R word. He does the other N word, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, and there's
there
also
for a reason. It's there for a reason.
The other really, really funny bit that's in there too, where he goes, well, hello, officers. Is there a problem here? As the guns are pointed at him, and he gets like, I'm going to need a lawyer. And it pans away to a room of 8 guys who just turn their heads.
Yes. It's like, maybe no.
I kind of wanted Nick to be on this, just be like, so.
Oh, you know what he was going to say.
Yeah. Sorry, Culture, continue.
No, all I was going to say is, what's funny is the scene is so important. That scene we were just looking at was so important, was because they used it in the trailer. It conveyed, it sold like this is a comedy. You're going, it's funny. This guy's, down and out, and now he's wrongfully accused of something. It's brilliantly done. So
yeah. So this sets up the bet.
Well, now, and the bet too is the fact that they have done this before, as stated.
Yeah,
like
the regular
this
amount.
Time, verbatim. The line is, This time it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
How is this a good cause?
Well, it's,
What's funny is you guys just stepped over the fact that they said this time.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly what we said.
Like, how many times have you done
not
this
the
before?
first? Yeah, not the first time.
Yeah, not the first time we've done something nefarious. This will be for a good cause.
This will be a brand new experience.
The usual
this time it's actually for a good cause. Yeah.
Well, again,
sorry, I mean, I guess I misheard the first part.
No, you were right. You're right. No, you're in on it. Yep.
I was gonna just to exacerbate on that point is it's like still the usual bet.
Yeah.
Usual.
Yeah, usual. All right, cool. Before we really dip into the whole switching of the Prince and the Pauper, we'll do our first segment of the night. It is called Missing Marquee. Missing Marquee for the uninitiated is we take 10 posters, have their text written off, we display them, and both our guests, or maybe just one because Tom is really good at it.
I'm crashing, so I'm just going to let Culture do his thing.
We'll let
I'll help you if I need you.
Have the first go. We display them, and our guests will guess which movie this is. If both of them don't know, chat. You're there for a reason.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Come on, that's easy.
I don't know. Is it
Ron Howard?
It is a Ron Howard movie.
Well, Don Amici's in it.
Don Amici is in it.
Cocoon. I keep saying Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Yeah. Oh God, this is a terrible film.
Oh no! Why would you bring this up, Meph? Oh,
Electra, right?
Electra,
that's a poster too.
Basic Badness. I mean, Instinct.
No, it's not Basic Instinct. Same actor.
Oh shit. Oh crap. Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Correct.
You're close. You almost said the parody title.
Yeah, I know.
I drew Barrymore's first film.
Twisted Firestarter. Yeah.
Correct. That is correct. That is Firestarter.
Oh shit. Tom.
First one. It's the first
one.
It's
the first one. It's the first one of the entire series.
I know, but my brain is not. I know what this is.
They're meeting somebody.
The Fockers?
No, not the Fockers.
Then I don't know.
It was the first one.
It is Meet the Parents, of course.
Yeah. Shit. This is is it Johnny Mnemonic? No.
Not Johnny Mnemonic. No.
Ben Affleck.
It is Ben Affleck. Yes.
I could. Tom.
Aaron Eckhart.
Tom.
Uma Thurman, I think. Right.
Yep.
Is this a Batman film? No.
It's not. Biffer's got it. Paycheck. Correct.
I have no idea what this is.
It's Paycheck. It's a decent film.
Which is funny because I think I had a different poster for Paycheck when I was.
There is 2 or 3 different variations.
Yeah, there was another one, but this one you should get. This is an easy one.
This bombed hard.
It's actually in the Blade Runner universe.
It's not Escape from New York.
It's not Escape from New York. It's not Escape from LA.
And it's not the worst Escape from LA.
Oh God, I don't know, guys. Come on, these poster things.
If you're in the military, you are a
replicant.
No.
You
confused him with the Blade Runner thing.
You did. You screwed me up.
I did. Okay, no, like if you're good at fighting in a war, you're decent.
I don't care.
What is
it? It is Soldier.
Okay, you guys stop screwing me up. Oh wow, Cuckoo Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson.
Yes, correct. It is called.
You trying to seduce me?
Are you trying to seduce me?
Yes, it is called The Graduate.
And I
love
like
this one. This is an easy one.
I love this. Oh God,
I love
feel
this
like
poster.
The Running Man is kind of cheating.
Yes, correct.
This is Total Recall.
Recall.
Get your ass to Mars.
You did pretty good.
I'm still stuck on The Graduate because I love that. It's such a good film. And think about how old she was. Now they were trying to make her seem like she was a very old person, and she's not. I mean,
I think they were
wasn't she
12
40?
years apart.
Yeah, but wasn't she? Wasn't she like 40? I mean, that was the old age that she was.
No, I think she was 45.
Well, I think it also helped
40.
that she was married to Murray Hamilton. I think that helped too.
Yeah, that helped. I think she was only like 41.
I thought she was closer to 40 than anything else, but they were trying to say that was old age, and I was like, what?
Well, what's more unbelievable is that she married Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, yeah, he's cool.
She did? Anne Bancroft married Mel Brooks?
Yep.
Okay.
They were married for till
There's hope for you yet, Meth.
Yeah.
Wait, are you going after
hey, be thankful. I remember.
Wait, did I say that out loud? Oh God!
It's like a Jessica Rabbit thing. He makes me laugh.
Oh, that's it. All right. Well, that's that happens a lot in Hollywood.
Well, never mind, Meth. You don't have a chance.
Oh boy. Wow, that's rough on my feelings.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a good thing I'm married.
I can never understand. What do you see in a rabbit like him? He makes me laugh.
Oh wow, I used to be able to do it pretty good.
Please, Eddie.
Well, I used to be able to too.
Please, Eddie.
Yeah, never mind.
Shall we continue?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
after a dinner, which a crepe Suzette is being thrown to the garbage, our butler gets a call, and he's like,
Coleman, yes.
Yes, really? And it's like, do you really want to do this? All right. And he just shuts the phone down. And I was like,
oh, wait.
Yep.
He actually says, you have it. That's what he says when he says, no, thank you to the crepe Suzette. He says, you have it.
You have it.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Thank you, sir. And then
he dumps it in the trash because it's disgusting. Have you ever had crepe Suzette?
I always
it's
wondered
not that
if it was
good.
that. I was always wondering if it was that or if he had done something to it.
Oh, no. Oh, you think he just
I could think that maybe he
I always wondered that.
with it a little bit.
Gave it the old spit and shine, eh?
Something he did to it that he's like, yeah.
I don't think Denholm Elliott was, that kind of butler. So.
No, but you could tell he didn't. Well, that was kind of to me like, okay, and this is just where I get that train of thought from. Because in that very exact same scene, you have the brothers calling him up and being like, you want to betray him? Sure, why not? Like, clearly he doesn't like Dan Aykroyd's character.
And also at the end when he's off the phone with the Duke brothers, he hangs up the phone with scumbags.
Exactly.
With an exasperated sigh as he walks.
So it's like one of those things where I think that once
what happened to Eddie Murphy? Well, a lot of things happened to Eddie Murphy.
We don't talk about Eddie Murphy because his career.
But I'll tell you exactly the point where he kind of lost the plot. Do you remember the Eddie Murphy laugh? The minute he lost that, that's where Eddie Murphy's career.
Are you saying it's like Shawn Michaels where he lost his smile?
Correct, sir. Yes.
That's
correct.
A wrestling insider.
Yes.
Bit, but yeah.
Well, he also lost significant portions of his spine, so let's just be fair when it comes to Shawn.
That's correct. So we get to see Eddie in the prison. By the way,
one of his cellmates is Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes, I skipped over that, but there we go. A very, very young Giancarlo Esposito right there in the tank top.
Yep.
Which is it's like he I don't think he even had any lines. Maybe.
No, he did. He had a couple lines, but very few.
So guy in cell 1.
I thought it was like cellmate number 2, I think.
I don't know. It was something dumb.
Yeah, whatever. But he didn't have any speaking lines. The two other guys did have. He's like Eddie's trying to bolster his own.
I was going to say that I'll save this bit for later, but it's kind of funny. We have now officially reviewed films with 3 governors.
Okay.
Because Al Franken's in this movie.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Was he a governor?
He wasn't a governor.
Was he not a senator?
No.
Senator from Minnesota.
Or was he a senator or House of Representatives?
One of the two.
Let's just say he got Me Too'd hard.
I would just say
somebody. It's not so much that he got Me Too'd hard; it's that he got left fucking hanging by his own fucking people.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
That's also correct. And
because he actually came out, he owned it, even though it wasn't that bad of a deal, and they just left him out to dry. And then he come back later, and he's like, "These same motherfuckers
was like,
I've been sticking up for the last, however many years, left me to hang. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And it's also like, and what I did was not compared, like pales in comparison to what everybody else did.
Right. No, and that's the sad part is he was one of the, no, I don't want to get political, but yeah, he's one of the few guys that was up there that actually on that side that I'm like, yeah, he knows what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, he's not a scumbag. Okay. Oh shit. Damn, they got him to.
So the thing is,
no one is safe.
I was gonna say the funny thing about Al Franken though is he's actually mentioned in an
he posed a threat to Hillary. That was the problem.
Well, yeah.
but
what's
the show
just
is
lucky
derailed,
he got away alive.
Yeah.
No, the show is completely derailed.
No, but
Back
what
to
was funny
trading
was
places. I'm going to go flip my potatoes and stay.
I was gonna say no for the thing about trading places.
Tom, that's fine.
Was the fact that he said that he still gets residual checks from his baggage handler role.
Of course,
in this film.
Of
so
course,
I'd say a couple of cents, but still.
Yeah.
For a
Why
film
not?
in 1983, he's getting residual checks in 2020 when he said this.
And he will until he dies. Of course, he did the work. Right.
It's
So
just funny. It's just funny.
Eddie kind of bolsters in front of two other guys. They don't believe him. He's like, I'm a karate man, even though he does a Bruce Lee kind of move rather than actual karate.
That whole thing, it was called the Court of Blood.
Yeah.
That entire thing, improv'd by Murphy.
It seems that way. It seems that way. By the way, the cop who takes him out of jail, he says like, you're bailed out. Played the dad in Beverly Hills 90210. He was Brandon and Branda's dad. I don't remember the name of the actor. I just know what he played.
Well, and also one of the officers that was actually in the park was Frank Oz.
But yeah, the
one of the puppeteers from the Muppets.
Frank Oz, the voice of Yoda. Respect. He's the cop that finds the PCP on Winthorpe. And it's like, this is Penicincling. This is angel dust. PCP is not angel dust. PCP is something completely different. Stop. I'll stop. Anyway, so
it's
PCP is not angel dust. Let's just say that. I trust Joey Coco Diaz on this. Okay, please.
I will say, as I love Murphy's lines, like, and you Barry White looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he does look like Barry White. And that's where I thought, okay, this is complete ad lib for sure. We've encountered it in so many comedian movies, whether they did comedic roles or whether they did dramatic roles. If they let them ad lib, it fits the moment. So he gets sprung, gets bailed out.
What's funny is just as a side note, Murphy came in and punched up a lot of the lines where a lot of like the jive turkey line, was supposed to be said by Eddie Murphy. He changed the script around because he wanted to make Valentine more relatable and not seem like a stereotype.
Oh, okay, I get it. So they bail him out and they give him this spiel. Oh, we wanted to help you. Here's some scotch. Here's some cigars. And the thing is, he doesn't believe them. And he goes to the driver because the driver's like neutral. And he goes like, these guys are fucking with me, right?
No, he's like, there are a couple of F words, right?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And this is a joke, right? Mm-mm.
Nope.
What should I do? Thank you for your help.
Because the driver is in the territory where he's like, he knows the bosses don't even look at him as an actual person, no matter, like, it doesn't really matter the color at this point, but because their other servants like don't get any respect either. And it's like, he doesn't know what to answer him because it's so far out in like blank territory, even for the driver, where he's lost for words. He only knows that they're not joking.
Yeah,
because he's
well, and
like
when they go
sort
to
of
the house,
he's sort of
too,
a witness, right? He's sort of a witness to other things that
but
happen.
when they actually get to the house and they let him into the house, like, this is your home. Take your clothes. We'll put you in the in the bed. He's like, and Coleman walks like, sir, that's jacuzzi. Jacuzzi, what? I knew you guys were F words.
Yes,
Yeah.
when he says jacuzzi, it's like
No, it's a world.
it's
It's
such a
whirlpool
foreign.
bath.
It's a foreign word to him, so it's immediately
Yeah, it's a whirlpool bath. So
yeah.
And what was the line? He was like, send these clothes to the laundry. He's gonna need something to wear when he's back on the streets.
Yes. Yeah. So it's already predetermined that they don't want them after this experiment or whatever. The thing is here, for sure, it was an ad lib because it's literally taking from either Delirious or Raw. I don't remember which one is where he's sitting in the tub and there's bubbles. He's like, "Oh, bubbles, man! If we needed bubbles back home, we needed to fart in a tub." I think it's from Raw. I think it's from Raw.
I think it's from Delirious.
No, it's from Raw. I think he was talking about him and his brother Vernon and how they
oh
were
no,
sitting in
heaven
the
forbid!
tub.
I'm gonna have to go watch Eddie Murphy's Good Catalog again to find out. Heaven forbid, culture, help me.
It's the joke about.
I would suffer that all over again if I had to.
Yeah, I would too. It's all about, it's the fact that he farts in the tub, he makes bubbles, and sometimes he farts and a little shit come out, and his brother used to play with the shit. It's from Raw. I'm telling
that
you.
Is, yeah, no, you're right. That is from Raw. Yeah, that is from Raw.
Yeah. Then when he comes out and he's all wearing everything and he still doesn't believe them. It's like, this TV is mine. It's like, yes. This stereo is mine, right? Yes. This vase is mine.
By the way, those are great curtains.
Yes.
And these are your belongings. Yeah, it was very funny.
As when Mortimer comes to him and he takes everything out of his suit jacket, it's like, you're stealing from yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and then he breaks the vase.
Yes, when he breaks the vase, and he's like, I'm sorry," and it's like perfectly okay. And then he goes into, and this is fucked up because that tells you another kind of layer to the brothers, where the brothers like, yeah, Mortimer, he broke the vase. The vase was like $50,000 on insurance.
$35,000
when we bought it.
Appraised for $50,000.
So
he's
Valentine
already making us money.
Yeah, Valentine just made us money without anything. Yeah. And Valentine's like, "Do you want me to break anything else?" No.
Everybody does that. All three of them. It's so great.
Yes, it's so funny. It's such a great response. And then they get Clarence Beeks. They go into a different phase where they go to the club and they use Clarence Beeks to flush out, the person who stole $50, which is even in 83 was in that sort of environment is
what's
absolutely
funny too
nothing.
He must have planted the PCP on him at the time as well.
Yes, he did. And when they find out, they literally send him off to the cops. And we have this scene where it's a room full of convicts and they're very not white. And Winthorpe going into this spiel of, this is outrageous, and how can you do this to me? And then they send him off to Frank Oz, who is literally right there. He goes through his stuff and he finds all these drugs and the PCP and everything else.
Oh, it's Le Boheme.
Yeah. The tickets to La Bamba or whatever he says.
What's funny too is the holding cells. See, they actually had to do a cut between shootings in Philadelphia and then New York. So when they were shooting at this part in New York, at the time, the New York Times did an entire article about how basically the district courts were so slow at processing and arraigning people for their court dates. They had a backlog of prisoners.
Okay.
They were able to process 300 prisoners.
Damn.
By 9 a.m. the day of shooting.
That's
to
amazing.
make sure everything is set up.
It was cleared.
Oh my God.
Wow.
To have the 2 holding cells ready. Yeah.
That's insane.
And 2 tickets to La Boheme.
Yeah.
It's an opera. I love that bit.
Oh, it's an opera.
And then, of course, he gets sent into the prison. And Valentine, what he does is like, I'm fucking rich, so I'm gonna show off. And he goes to this bar.
The bar, yeah. I always think of it as a strip club, but the nakedness doesn't come until later.
It comes.
No, it's right after this, but
it's right after the scene where the 2 guys from the holding cell like see him.
We were looking for you and your limousine.
Yeah,
well, my limousine
you're the MF. I was gonna call.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the other guy, by the way, was a former New York Giant. He was an NFL player.
Who's the guy with the mustache?
The non-Barry White looking motherfucker.
The non-Barry White looking motherfucker. I got it.
The guy who just says, yeah.
Yeah. Is the hype man. Yeah. Yeah. So he's like, everybody come to my place. And that's a mistake. That's a real bad mistake, by the way. But I need to get to a scene where there's no tits.
I was going to say just in the interim too. What's funny is Winthorpe's prison number is 74745058.
Which is?
That is John Belushi's prison number in The Blues Brothers.
Oh,
the other
cool.
film that Dad Aykroyd was in by John Landis.
Well, it's a great homage to Belushi, which I think at this point he was dead, right?
Yes.
He died like a year before this?
He had passed, yeah. That's why his brother is in the film and not him.
Wait, he was supposed to do the Dan Aykroyd role?
No, he was supposed to be the gorilla.
Oh.
He was supposed to be Jim Belushi's role. Yeah.
Okay. That, see, brain fart. The thing is here, Valentine acts like a Karen a little bit. It's like, oh, you're fucking up. Oh yeah, put the coasters down. Like, what are you like? Why is the ashtray there? Why did you not putting it down on the ashtray?
Why are you ash on my rug?
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, and the line that they were supposed to use is, "Who puts cools out on my rug?"
Okay,
was taken out because the studio thought it was racist.
Really?
Because cools at the time were marketed toward African Americans. So they thought it would be perceived as
It's
racist.
like saying, who put Newports on the fucking rug, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't. The thing is, at one point, there's music. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's drinking Valentine's stuff. Coleman takes a little bit of swigs, from
sneaking drinks.
Yeah, sneaking drinks from the discarded drinks.
And
go ahead, Culture. Yeah. Like random boobies.
Just random boobs.
It's like out of nowhere. Tits. Okay.
Yeah, all over the dancing tits, which is great. And also tits in the bedrooms, like, hi. It's like
I was waiting for you, Valentine.
I was waiting for you. It's like, pack your tits and get out. And when he goes downstairs, it's like he turns off the music. It's like, get the fuck out. Get out. Even Valentine had enough. And this is where this kind of shows us where he kind of turns into the old prince rather than being the old pauper, right? It's his kind of escalation, let's say it's escalation up, and we're going to see Winthorpe escalation downwards or going
de-escalation.
De-escalation. Yeah.
Which is so funny too, because it's kind of proving Randolph right.
It kind of. This is why he won the bet, dude.
Yeah.
He did win the bet. right. So Winthrop, one stage of it is this, where he yells to everybody, "They were trying to have sex with me."
They were bending me over.
And of course his fiance is there, and Clarence Beeks interferes.
Yep.
He pays off Jamie Lee Curtis's
Ophelia.
character, Ophelia. He pays her off to, plant a little bit of stuff on him, treat him like a John or a drug dealer as well. And his fiance has had enough.
Hey baby, I need my fix. I need my fix.
Yeah, I need my fix. And
I'll do all the things you like. Just give me a fix. Yeah.
And of course, he's trying to convince her that he's rich, and if she just pays off, if she just pays off the fare ride, he'll pay her off when he gets home. And in the car, he's like, when he gets to the door, Coleman opens up the door, and it's like, "Who are you?" Like, "Who are you?" It's like, "Coleman, it's me." It's like, "I don't know you." And he closes up the door, and then he bangs on the door again. It's like, opens up again. It's like, "I will call the police. Leave." Right? And he has no choice.
Then he goes to the bank, and
then he goes to the bank, and then the bank throws him out, and then he begs to Ophelia, and Ophelia is she actually believes him, but she doesn't really believe him, right? But she picks up a stray. Let's just say that.
I have the major question is, first of all, who got him out on bail?
She did. She paid the bail off.
I think it was Beeks.
Beeks paid the bail off?
No, it was his fiance who paid the bail, but he had apparently had to have skipped bail because he was wanted on how many charges at this point in time? Because his fiance told him he got fired from his job because now they thought that he was embezzling.
Yes.
On top of that, he was obviously at the point they thought that he was dealing PCP
and stealing from the club. From club members
and petty larceny at worst. Like what they know is $50 outside of the other. Oh, Brian, no, we touched this because Coleman hates all of them. He thinks they're all pieces of shit. As you can see, you actually can kind of see the connection between him and Valentine after the party. When Valentine kicks everybody out, he goes, "Well, I'm sorry, sir, that I thought you and your friends were having a lovely party." He's like, "They're all freeloaders."
Yeah, they're all freeloaders.
They're not my friends.
Yeah. And Coleman he doesn't say anything, but he does. You see the nod, so he acknowledges,
like, "Good night, sir."
Who's he dealing with? It's like, "Good night, sir." He understands the predicament. Plus, he knows all the backstage of it all, right?
Yeah.
Because the brothers called him on the phone. It's like, "Do this." It's like, "Are you sure?" "Yes, do this." "All right, cool, done."
Well, he always assumed that Winthrop was, the typical waspy 80s guy that you want to hate anyway. So, he falls. I really don't care. But this guy seems like just a guy who was down on his luck, and now you're bringing him up, and we know what's going to happen to him. Like, I know as Coleman that you're just going to just tear this guy down as soon as you're done with your bet.
Yep, exactly. Now, I like it when they move back to Valentine, because it moves from Valentine to Winthrop, from Valentine to Winthrop.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. This is the absolute not hypocrisy, but it shows you how dumb, not how dumb, but how self-important the Duke brothers are when they explain pork bellies.
Oh yeah, I love that the fourth wall break. Oh, it's perfect.
Where they say, "Well, you're gonna find pork bellies in bacon, commonly in a bacon sandwich," and as soon as he says that, there's that fourth wall break. It's like, because it literally connects with the audience, right? With us watching this, as we's like, of course bacon can be found in a bacon sandwich. It's so patronizing to the intelligence of Valentine and us as sort of a proxy to him in that situation.
Yeah.
And that's the fourth wall break. And it's very special because I don't remember any fourth wall break in any movie beyond, I think Wayne's World was the first movie that I remember having a fourth wall break like this. And this is not overt.
There were others.
There were others?
Yeah.
Which one?
In early parody films. Yeah.
What, in Airplane?
Yes, where they spike the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, and I think I thought there was a fourth wall break in Blues Brothers, but I could be wrong.
Yes, yeah,
there was,
and I'm in a long while. And I think that Woody Allen actually did it a few times in his earlier films. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
In Bananas. Yeah. I think in Bananas, where he's sent back into the. He's go back to the. Not go back. He's been sent to the future. Has been resting for a while, and he wakes up, or maybe it's not the name of the movie Bananas. Where he wakes up in the future, like in Sleeper. That's it. Sleeper.
Yeah. I was going to say that's the one I know for sure happened. So yeah.
Yeah, I think there's one there, but again, it's not prevalent, and it's in a comedy movie like this where it's not a parody, it's not a satire. I don't know. It's one of the first time that I remember.
There's also an accidental fun one in Blues Brothers. It was a little cheeky thing.
Okay.
They broke the fourth wall in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, fine. I'm wrong. I'm dead wrong.
There was actually one also in Spaceballs too.
But that came later. That's 86.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Blazing Saddles was 74. So and I'm sure they'd done it before that. But
yeah. The funny one was in Blues Brothers where it was Orange Whip. Spice the camera. Orange Whip.
3 orange whips.
Well, and also there. Chaplin did it a couple of times in his later silent films, but it doesn't matter. So we can get into it. Yeah.
No, but in the Blues Brothers, it was when John.
So, Meph, you're wrong.
Yes, I'm dead wrong.
Sorry.
Fine.
Sorry, Tom.
I'll do this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Please. I think it's when he kisses Carrie Fisher and then drops her and then looks at the camera quick and then he's like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember right.
Anyway.
There's the
dog pile on Meph.
I cannot show any more than this. But I will show more than this a bit later. They're still covered, boys and girls. Relax.
What's so sad is they made Jamie Lee Curtis cut her hair.
Why? I love her with short hair. I love her with short. Well, this is fuck all you guys.
She is one of those rare occasions because, as me personally, I'm not a fan of women with short hair, but she looks right on her.
Yeah, she pulls it off.
Okay. Fine. So
that's a personal opinion, but
yeah, sorry. No, Tom, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
The only other funny thing about the very condescending conversation that the Duke brothers had with Valentine about teaching them about the commodities exchange is him showing us like, oh well, he turns a profit for them.
Yes, they have that little pork belly thing again, where at the beginning it is Winthorpe that has that epiphany about the pork bellies, and it kind of makes them a little bit of money, and they're pretty happy with him. The bots are back. Anyway, so Jamie Lee Curtis,
but also the thing is, his just summation of the Duke brothers. He goes, "Oh, you guys are a couple of bookies." He gets it, Mortimer. He gets it.
Yes. It kind of is. The thing I wanted to say about Jamie Lee Curtis and about that scene, and there's another scene where she's topless when she goes into the bed and tried to, have her body heat help him while he's sick, is the fact that they John Landis approached her about this, and he was willing to do it, especially to get out of the whole Scream Queen thing, to do something that is so far out of what she used to do. She was willing to do it, even though it wasn't technically very necessary, at least the first time.
Well,
but
and
that's
also
the one that everybody
she
remembers.
Well, again, she also took that massive pay cut.
Yeah,
she had just previously been paid the previous year $1 million for Halloween 2. She got paid $70,000 for her role in this film.
I hope she had some kind of a back end, because on a $15 million budget, with as much as this film made $120 million in the box office, if she had some kind of back end, she got taken care of.
I would assume so.
Either way, she got her career out of this movie. Sure, Halloween was a step up for her, but it was this movie that leads directly to things like, Fish
True Lies
down the road, True Lies. Yeah, exactly.
She had several other roles along the way that really did.
I think.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying that's the next big.
I think
was Blue Steel before True Lies?
True Lies,
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it was before True Lies, definitely.
Yeah,
but that I wouldn't say was a big picture here so much as I'm just saying those are the big milestones in her career. Yeah, to where it all leads back full circle to H2O, where she and then now Halloween again, but
yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about that last Halloween film because
we don't talk about the last 2 Halloween films, but
Halloween Kills. You didn't like?
It was all right. It wasn't great.
I haven't seen it.
They should have just ended it there.
I really haven't seen the newer ones. So
no, really, what they should have done with Halloween Ends or Halloween Kills is just end it there. Like they should have had the end be all the survivors go after Michael.
Pretty much beat him down and kill him.
Pretty much put the ending of Halloween Ends on the end of Halloween Kills, and that'd have been, nope, we're good, we're done.
That'd have been better.
I get the whole bit too, where they build up the mythos where if you believe in Michael Myers, he is the boogeyman, so he's apparently invulnerable. And then they just drop that at the beginning of the next film, where it's like, what? You're defying your own mythos within the same trilogy. What are you? Oh. Sorry, back to Trading Places.
I've heard
that entire bit just.
I've heard really that rant before. I've heard that rant before twice already, so I know. Right. The continuation of the decline of Winthorpe is when he goes into the club where all his friends are. Now, it is so weird to me, and it always been weird to me, that his fiance immediately diverts to like his best friend or former best friend, Todd. I was like, you were set to marry and you flipped so goddamn quick. It is insane. I hate these people. I've always hated these people. These people that have their nose so up their own fucking asses, it's insane.
Oh, they're always ready to better deal somebody.
This waspy people. And they're waspy.
Hey now.
Wasp.
That means a thing.
I know. Whatever. It's wasp, isn't it? Not WAP. WAP is something else. That's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Hey, Tom, he said it. I did. I don't care.
It's my goddamn. It's my goddamn channel.
I would have to say though,
white people, it's okay. We can say it.
Yeah. What I was to say is the
culture is being stewed. Do you want me to
four guys sitting there like just together is the most quintessential 80s waspy thing ever.
Yes. Yes.
They're doing an a cappella song about the girls they're banging at the table. Come on.
I think it's
try. Constance try. Anytime you call, Constance will fulfill your needs. Winter, spring, or fall.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you, Culture. That was awesome. The thing is, on Ophelia's side, she's actually taking a liking to Winthorpe, even though they're so far apart.
Which
From
is
like their world is so far apart. She even turns down a trick because she can't let him in because Winthorpe is actually sick.
And what's funny too is Winthorpe's going, I understand business is business. I'll go take a walk.
Yeah.
Like he understands where they are, even though they are so socially diametrically opposed. Even
but you can
hours
see there's a bit of that Nightingale business with her. You know,
yeah.
And then when she realizes he's actually legit, of course, that
like he is not a goddamn.
Oh, he's not lying to me, like every other guy in the world, right? Like, because I'm sure every guy that comes on to her is like, I'm a prince of whatever, and I'll take you away, and and all that business.
Well, and also like, isn't she like the? I would say she is the forerunner of the 80s hooker with a heart of gold before Pretty Woman.
Kind of. I mean, I guess it's one of the first times I really recall a character like that.
But also she's portrayed as very savvy with where she wants to go. She's like, this is my 5-year plan.
You see, Jennifer Lawrence taught her how to be a strong woman.
Oh God, do not get me on that goddamn oh God. That was the most infuriating thing I've ever read in my entire life. Like,
it's a good thing you haven't seen the actual interview, the full one, which is
I have. I have.
Dumb as a box of rocks. There were 2 boxes of rocks in that fucking video. Anyway, and it's so sad because she is a hooker, but she's portrayed as a savvy. Yeah, it's a savvy businesswoman. She is savvy businesswoman with a sort of a business plan. Although, she is the original OnlyFans girl because all the OnlyFans girl know exactly what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing, right? But
if they didn't, they wouldn't have an OnlyFans account. Duh. They would just post shit on Reddit.
The thing is, why is Winthorpe so sick? Because he was standing in the rain.
Culture.
Watching
that look priceless.
Yes. Winthorpe was standing in the rain, looking in to the pauper in his seat, talking to his social kind of circle, right?
Yes.
And this is, I don't know if it's the first time, but this is the first time I've heard about the escargot joke, which is so fucking dumb. It is so sad of a joke, but it fits within that circle, right? It's a dry, stupid pun humor that really doesn't work. And you could tell about like Valentine is dead inside when he hears that joke.
Try to even fake the Eddie Murphy laugh.
I wouldn't even try.
What's also funny too is I remember when Winthorpe goes to try to pawn his watch.
Yes.
The pawnbroker, that is blues legend Bo Diddley is the pawnbroker.
That is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
That's
after all these years. So
Brett, we covered that earlier.
we covered that. The party, the convergence of the highest high and the lowest low coming together in that party.
Yeah.
One of the most famous scenes is Dan Aykroyd in a dirty, disgusting Santa suit,
salmon,
with the salmon pushing it into the.
Well, what's funny too is if you look at the board behind them, the big board in front of the buffet, that is actually the original big money board from the 1976 series Family Feud.
Really? You mean this board?
Yeah. That was the board in the 1976 series that they discontinued right before they were about to go into resyndication on ABC.
That's a cool little detail.
Yeah.
Family Feud, huh?
Yeah,
Now that you say that, I can see it.
Before Steve
Yeah.
Harvey, before Steve Harvey
100
took
points.
over.
Oh, even way before then. Yeah,
Oh,
this
way
would've been
before that.
post-
Oh, and side note,
post Grey
Family
Dawson
Feud is.
days. Yeah.
I say like Tom, and you know
That
this. Family Feud
that
has
might-
the darkest legacy.
Really?
One of.
Yeah,
Save that, because I want to know.
it's
I love the
really
show.
dark.
I love the concept. We had a very famous comedian here do an Israeli version of that show, which was always hilarious because it's all about the casting of the families. They find them dumbest people. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Right. So the we'll call him Bad Santa. No, Winthorpe. First of all, we get to see Valentine finds the Clarence Beeks checks. Right, he's looking for the same thing that Winthorpe did for Christmas. He finds all the checks and he sees the check for 50,000, and it kind of, because Valentine is savvy, he's a decently intelligent human being. He's like, this doesn't really fit, and he actually goes out to the Dukes and asks him about this.
I don't
and
see anybody with Beeks on the payroll. Don't worry about it. We have this covered.
Yeah, we have this covered. They take the check, and he not forgets, but it goes out of his mind. And when he goes back into the office, that's where Winthorpe is literally planting all the drugs and all the things. And he accuses him of, and he even calls the Dukes. The Dukes come in. It's like, he's doing the drugs, not me. And he still has that that voice where it's him.
What I love so
we
much
have all the really bad ones here.
Yes.
What's also really funny too, culture, is the fact that he is always adamant when everyone's like, "You're a heroin dealer." It was PCP, and no, I'm not.
That was very funny.
I like the fact that when he tries to pull the gun that he pawned the watch for, and he pulls up the ham.
It's a piece of roast beef.
It's roast beef. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So get your dead animal products right, dude. Come on.
I mean, you would know that.
What,
my Israeli friend? That it's not ham.
Oh, how wrong you are.
I know you're not kosher.
And then he pulls up the gun. I like the fact that Valentine, and it's a comedy moment where it's like, security, can you? Never mind.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Shuts the phone down because Valentine knows what happens when somebody points a gun at you. It's like, yeah, you do as you're told, or you'll be dead. But the thing is, the Dukes don't believe him, right? Don't believe Winthorpe, and they just chase him out of the room. He points the gun and he leaves, but
they can't come to grips with the fact that he's fallen so far, so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, Randolph, is loving this. Mortimer is like, I'm losing this bet.
Yes, this is the look. Yeah. This is the absolutely look, because
I told you so.
Because Randolph's like, he went off the deep end, even far beyond what I think. But Mortimer is like, I'm gonna lose this fucking bet. I've lost. I've definitely lost. And of course, Valentine retires to the bathroom, has his little bundle. We'll call it a bundle of joy, even though he tries to talk to. Oh no, it actually comes later. He's in the bathroom. The Dukes come in and they check the bathroom thoroughly, and then they discuss the payment, and then they discuss Valentine's future. And I don't know, Don Amici squeezed that one out. The old, I don't want this N-word running anything in my company.
Well, they say, well, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna bring Winthorpe back?
Bring Winthorpe back.
We don't want him back. Like, well, what are you gonna do with Valentine? We can't have him run the company. And Martin was like, well, yeah, there was no way.
He's gonna run the company. Yeah, which is
which is so funny because Bellamy gets to get away without saying anything. He was like,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's so hard to fathom that, but Don Amici did not want to say that word at all.
No, which was so funny too. It was in the first Cadillac scene between the with Randolph, Mortimer, and Valentine when they're in there.
Mhm.
Eddie Murphy said, "Hey, John, look at the three of us together. We've made 201 films." The time Eddie Murphy had only was
Done 48 hours.
This was his second film.
Yeah. So crazy. Just to give the people some context, it's so it's so disgusting. This thing is disgusting. I bet you it was very nice on the platter, but after the whole grime and frankly fake disgusting hairs, that is ugh.
Yeah.
The thing is, Winthrop gets to his sort of breaking point where he is so far off his element. He's in the street, have the gun. He points it at his head. He cocks it, so it's gonna go. He
pulls the trigger.
He pulls the trigger, and nothing happens. And it's like he's so frustrated, he throws it out, and then it fires.
Well, and that's after the dog walks up and pisses on him. And then it starts raining. Where it's like
it's
we get
when it rains, it pours.
And it gets far worse. It's so funny. But yeah, when he after it misfires and he does throw it, I love the fact that you get to hear the cat scream too.
Yeah.
I'm like, good Lord. It's like you guys could have done this any better. So awesome.
Yeah. And of course, they get him back to the house, but we'll do a stop here. When the act 3 begins and the table kind of turns because Valentine and
how the turntables have turned.
Yes. Because when they get together,
it's a joke culture. Sorry.
And then they get together, it's a completely different thing when they're being honest. So the pauper and the prince are meeting and they're trying to bring down the king. Yeah, no worries, culture. No worries. It's okay. It's fine. We're trying to get everything in line. Don't worry about it. We're going to do our second segment of the night. This is for all you guys out there that don't know the show and just discovering it. I love this segment. This segment is called Scream Fighter.
Round 1, fight.
What is Screen Fighter? For the uninitiated, is we take two movies, pit them together, and see which one is the best one. There's no discernible difference between the two. Both of them are good. Both of them are bad. We fall into our criteria, which is Saturday evening, Friday evening, out with the boys, out with the girls, out with their significant other. Two movies in a vacuum. Which one will we pop in? Bablam. Chat participation is most welcome.
God. Oh, that's bad.
Most welcome. Just scream the name of the movie you like, and we will consider your choice.
Round 1.
Fight. Constantine or Red Dragon?
Culture. We'll start with you, my friend.
Constantine.
Tom?
Reason?
Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Tom?
I'm going with Red Dragon.
Reason?
Because I am a fan. And I always wanted a version with Anthony Hopkins. Just not when he was 40 years older than when he played it before.
It was just 10 years, but okay. Feelings? You're the comic book guy.
Well, that and also, you know how much I love.
Yeah, you love that universe. Yes,
I know everything about Hannibal. I think Hannibal season 3 did Red Dragon better than Red Dragon could have ever done it. So, gonna have to be Constantine. It's not a faithful adaptation, but it's one of the better comic book adaptations. And also, I have never wanted to smoke a cigarette so bad in my entire life outside of Sin City.
Oh man, not because of the cigarettes, just because it's just so good. Constantine. All right, James and the Giant Peach or Resident Evil Apocalypse.
I thought you said neither one of these movies were going to be bad.
Yeah, these are both terrible.
I mean, these are
both terrible choices. Yes,
these are both.
Just pick
Flip
the
chart
better
is pulling up stinkers today, man.
James over Resident Evil just because of default, I guess. I mean,
really?
Yeah, because more thought and appreciation went into James and the Giant Peach.
Okay.
Wow, I would say that the only thing that's like somewhat salvageable on the screen right now is Mila Jovovich. So I'm going to say Resident Evil.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't even argue with him. Like,
I mean, we have no dogs in this fight. It's more just like, so which is the shinier turd?
So feelings, which one will you pick?
Yeah.
I would have to say Resident Evil Apocalypse because I actually saw it in theaters with. I got a hand job in college watching the film.
Nice, nice.
I mean, I got a good memory from it.
I'm gonna pick Resident Evil just for the mere fact that we have an action star who is also a woman, Jennifer Lawrence.
She learned everything she needs to know from Jennifer Lawrence.
Exactly. Right. Here we go. Silence of the Lambs and Amadeus.
Those are both phenomenal posters too, by the way.
Yeah. I've never seen that poster before ever in my life.
Besides Lambs, no, I've never seen that one. So
no, it looks like it's some new pop art thing or something.
So we'll start on the far left. Tom, go ahead.
Oh God. Shit.
I
love Amadeus for so many reasons, and it's got some excellent performances in it.
Yep.
But considering
you just went with Red Dragon.
I just went with Red Dragon. I'm going to have to pick Silence of the Lambs. You got to point there, Culture.
Okay. Culture?
Yeah, again, I'm opposite my hetero life mate. Amadeus is a superior film by leaps and bounds.
All right,
one of the more fun, not entirely accurate in any way.
Yeah.
But it was truly of its time. It was far more groundbreaking than.
Come on, it doesn't even have the Falco song in it though.
You're nitpicky, Tom.
It inspired the Falco song.
I know. I can't really argue with Culture on that.
I would say also Amadeus doesn't have Goodbye Horses.
It doesn't. But as far as like, I mean, like on a level of like creativity wise, like Silence of the Lambs is basically a slasher film trying to pretend to be a highbrow movie.
Well, actually, it's a slasher film with no slashing.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't even say a slasher film.
Are you kidding me?
I thought it was
what about the scene when Hannibal goes crazy? What about the scene when Hannibal goes crazy and shit? Like, and he strings that dude up. That's all very like
slashery.
I mean, to me, it's very procedural. Like, if this, like, and that's what I love about Manhunter is that like it doesn't pretend to be anything more than it is.
This isn't Manhunter.
I'm changing my vote. Shut the hell up, Culture. I'm going with Amadeus again because Culture talked me into it.
All right.
Feelings? You're going with Silence of the Lambs?
No, I'm actually going to go with Amadeus because
my God, I'm being outvoted.
On the other time that Amadeus came up, it got outvoted by another great film, but Amadeus is
That's
so
true.
Great. And the only factual part about Amadeus is the fact that he died in a pauper's grave. Well, he was born. Yeah. He was buried in a pauper's grave. That was it.
Yeah.
Even the rivalry between him and Salieri was just
overcooked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do. I haven't seen.
You've never seen.
I've never seen. No.
Oh,
good.
Oh, you suck.
Yes. Tremors. and Tron, the original.
They're called graboids.
Honestly, this is a tough one.
That is a tough one. That is a tough one.
I'm gonna go with Tremors. I love Tron, but Tremors is a movie I've watched a lot more than Tron, probably.
Okay.
Culture?
Groundbreaking film would be Tron.
Groundbreaking. I see what you did there.
But in a vacuum, you've got only these two movies. Which
I'm
will
gonna
you watch?
I'm gonna watch Tron. Tremors.
Okay, cool.
Tremors is a little more juvenile, and for as much as I love Tremors, and Tom knows this. I mean, we've had this discussion multiple times on this film. You know, but again, they're both groundbreaking in their own way. But yeah. Tron's gonna win the day. And again, it did a lot for.
Just say it. You're a Diz nerd. Get over it. Move on.
Both of these were great Diz type films. So, but yeah, just Tron. I'm gonna say Tron.
Good.
That's fair.
Feelings?
Oh, you know how much I love my horror, and also I love me some Kevin Bacon. I mean, this was his fourth film?
Fifth. This is after Footloose. So he was in Animal House as well. So definitely not the first.
Yes, and after Friday the 13th, Part 1.
Yes. So yeah. Oh, I'm going to pick, even though I'm not a horror guy, I'm going to pick Tremors. I was never on the Tron hype train, even though it was a staple movie for anyone growing up in the 80s and liked video games and went to the arcade. This was our shit. I mean, I saw Tron later than 82 for sure. I saw it, I think, around 87, but it was definitely in my kind of wheelhouse. I like Tremor more. It's a more fun watch for me, so it's going to be Tremors. Right, last one. Waterboy or Duplicity.
I've never seen Duplicity, so I'm going to have to default to Waterboy.
Haven't seen it.
I can go with haven't seen it. Let's just say it's way worse than Closer.
Now
Rounders with Bacon again, and Waterboy.
Rounders is the better movie, but Waterboy has lived on longer.
Okay.
Because what's funny is being that these movies, not only did they come out in the same year, they came out very fucking close to each other.
Yeah.
Because I remember, because I was in school at this time in going to production and radio school, and a guy I went to school with worked at the theater. So we would literally just go screen hopping all day long with a big old bag of popcorn for nothing. And we would see. And these two movies were movies we saw at roughly the same time. And I do remember not liking Waterboy as much. I was like, that has got to be the worst Adam Sandler movie so far. And Rounders.
Until Little Nicky came out.
And like I said, so far. Now I have a bit of a soft spot for it in comparison. Rounders, on the other hand, is a movie that I don't feel like ever really got its shot.
It didn't.
John Malkovich on just uncapping the audience.
I mean, you got Matt Damon, John Malkovich.
All you do is check.
I think it's with Kevin Bacon. I could be mistaken.
No, Kevin Bacon is. I don't think Kevin Bacon is in that. It's Matt Damon and Edward Norton and John Malkovich.
Oh, okay. Oh, Edward Norton. Okay. I'm wrong.
It's the one about playing cards. Again.
Yeah.
And of course, I could see that Culture would have a soft spot for that one too, probably, considering his name, Culture Casino. But
yeah, I love both these films. I could watch either of them on any given night. Rounders is probably a better cinema experience at home or in the actual theater. And again, I mean, you guys just talked about the performances of everybody involved, so I would stick with Rounders.
Okay, feelings.
I am oddly enough going to buck against the trend. I love Rounders, but given the context, turn it on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. I want to turn my brain off and just have some fun. Gatorade. Water sucks. It really sucks.
That's what I said. Yeah, Waterboy has lived on much, much longer. Yeah,
it's going to be Waterboy for me because
Yeah. I do love Rounders. Rounders is a fantastic film.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, go watch it. It's a great movie.
Well, it's just, I mean, talk about being on
because the internet is the devil, Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. Sorry, Culture, what were you saying?
No, I just talk about being on tilt. Wait a minute. You just brought up one of the best films of all time.
Okay, bring it back. Bring it back. One more.
It's against a really shitty movie.
We're going to do one more.
Fine, oh, yeah. One more. Are you kidding me? Is there any
suitcase to the ground?
Yeah. Is there any choice here? I was going to do
my paycheck in 2 weeks.
I was going to do.
I swear I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
My stapler.
I have started to prepare.
Girls, and they were married.
I've started to prepare my definitive. Is 1999 the best year in movie history, or is it? I've already done the 1984 version. I've started to work on 1999. It's really, really close.
Yes, yeah.
99 was a decent year, though. Yeah,
84 was better, but 99 was very good.
Yeah. There are merits to 1999, and there are merits to 84. It's down to very nitty gritty pieces. I couldn't do it this week because I was pulling single dad duty because my wife was away for a business trip. So it's coming. It's absolutely coming. It's very interesting.
I know. My name is Michael Bolton.
Yes.
Tell me, what's your favorite album of his?
Yes, I'm a fan. Are you going to downsize?
What's your favorite album? I mean, well, they're all great. Yeah.
I celebrate his entire
they were like,
catalog.
what would you do with $1 million? 2 chicks. That's it. Like,
same time, man.
Well, I mean, 2 chicks that would do a guy like me, I probably need $1 million.
Hey, Lawrence, you want to come over and hang out, and watch TV? Oh no, man, I want you fucking in my life too.
So good.
All right, so the convergence of the sons, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, Winthrop and Valentine kind of meet when they kind of rescue Winthrop. They get that private doctor to make sure he's okay, and he starts off with strangling Valentine. It's like, you stole my, and
it was the Duke's.
Yeah, and they tell him everything. Yeah, they tell him everything about the Dukes and the bet and all that stuff. And then they hatch up a plan to fuck them all up. And it starts with one of the most racist shits ever invented. No, just kidding. It's not. They hop the train and they dress up. There we go. Dan Aykroyd on stuff that he regrets today.
Yes, blackface. Yes, let's rock and roll.
He regrets it today, but back then,
well, they also was the setup with the gorilla and the baggage handlers, where you get to see Al Franken in there, and they also show that there's a party on.
There's a it's New not Year's Halloween, party, but it's a costume party.
New Year's
it's Eve a costume party for New Year's Eve, where you get to see Jim Belushi as the gorilla. Kind of sets up the whole. What?
The question I have is, wouldn't Beeks have recognized all of them from the beginning, though?
He kind of did.
He does at the end because they're swapping suitcases.
Oh, hi. There's us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of the sex bot. Wait, let me write that down.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Hold on. I'm going to write down that link real quick.
Do not. Oh, great. It was on. Great.
Awesome. And also, in between there, too, I love the faux knocking bit where Murphy is knocking on the door. They knock back. And then just randomly... it's Winthrop was like, who is that? It's like, it's me, you idiot.
I like the fact that, I'm playing the Swedish, and it's like, you're either German or Swedish.
And what's funny is the reason why Jamie Lee Curtis went with a Swedish accent, because she could not do a German accent. She was supposed to do a
German accent because she's
and even
she's wearing a Bavarian attire.
And it was the butler who's playing the drunk priest says, "But you're wearing lederhosen."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but I'm Sweden.
Yes, I'm Sweden. It all comes to a head there.
What's funny is, Jamie didn't have the booty that she would in that shot. Jamie wasn't sporting the booty that she eventually, developed later in life.
Yep. Correct.
Sorry.
There's Al Franken making faces.
Yep.
And of course, Clarence Beeks does not buy into that shit. He sees right through it.
Oh yeah.
And
what's funny is the two of them looking at the cage too. At that point is when they get knocked out. They put him in Jim Belushi's gorilla costume and put him in the gorilla cage.
Yeah. It's
the two of them were like, yeah. The big one looks really horny. I think the black one is the female.
Yes.
Which is Beeks in the gorilla costume. Like,
and then he wakes up.
Wouldn't you also realize the fact that you had one gorilla and now you have two? I mean, even off my face, I would realize that gorillas do not multiply.
Well, and I mean, Paul Gleason did a really good job in this role. It's just
yeah. He's really good playing the bad guy. He's being typecast as normally the bad guy in most things, not every time, but yeah.
I still would have. Man, imagine if that was
$2. I got you for $2.
Imagine if that was the Watergate guy. Just imagine how great that would have been.
Nobody gets the Breakfast Club reference there.
Yes, I did.
I got you.
HBO is doing a new thing on Watergate. It's called Plumbers.
Yep.
Oh,
just
okay.
FYI.
Cool. Yeah. We do have
try and make the Democrats look even better than they already did, or what?
We do have a Bernstein and Woodward style
the whole deep throat thing.
It's
like,
the whole
this is
the President's Men kind of scene, right?
Come on.
With Randolph and Mortimer kind of doing the exchange for the briefcase, which is essential to the whole plan for Winthrop and Valentine, right?
Yeah, they can corner. They got a corner of the market. The only way they can
corner the market,
what it's going to be.
And one of the most telling things is Winthrop at this point kind of ditching the whole highbrow talk, and when he talks to Valentine, he's like,
you have to understand, this is war.
Yeah, this is war. Yeah, he kind of flips. It's like he kind of flips. It's like, this is war. You have to kill. You have to go. You have to kill. And it's like the other guy, he does not exist. He does not matter. Right.
Well, still, it goes back to Valentine sneaking back to his own ways, where he says "motherfucker" almost twice.
Yeah, you got to kill him,
gentlemen.
You got to kill him.
And the other time too, the first time when just really old callback, but when they're together, when they're in the cab, when Ophelia and Winthrop are in the car in the cab together, and they pull up, the limo pulls up with Valentine in the background. I was so waiting. The first time I watched this again upon review, I'm like, I know this is 10 years later, but I'm still waiting for him to roll down the window. Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah.
I always wanted another movie, but I was weird like that. I always wanted a sequel to this.
If the thing
would have been great, yeah.
With the sequel to this,
it's kind of already told.
It's
Coming to America.
No. I mean, if they wanted to capitalize on a sequel for this, it would have to be in the first couple of years. Otherwise, after that, it's like when 1984 hits, Beverly Hills Cop took off. You would not be able to.
Well, that and also while this was in production, 48 Hours got released, and it was a huge hit,
which bolstered it. Literally bolstered this movie completely. And by the time 84 comes in, you wouldn't you couldn't justify the budget for a movie like that, especially as a sequel with the same
this is
characters.
all coming up with Ghostbusters,
and with Ghostbusters coming in '84 as well. It would be a bomb almost immediately just because of the salary for these two guys.
Well, except if they came in and they just took back end or points on it. But anyway, sorry.
Well, I would say, Culture, to your point, I don't think it would have been a bomb, Meth. I think it would have done extremely well, but I don't think it would have been as well received because it would have been
you're probably
as a
right.
cash grab.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. I see. I would like a sequel now with these two guys involved on the island after being swindled by a crypto person, FTX person or something.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be nice.
Having to go back from rags to riches again, through some kind of subtle manipulation that mirrored how they were ripped off by the crypto bro. Right. Anyway, write that down. Screenplay.
I can answer this question, by the way. Yes, people do get official training to do this, but with a very big but here. It's like getting your first lesson in driving, and the next lesson is literally you have a license and you can do trades.
Yeah,
it's meticulously, very theorized, but when you get down and dirty, it's a completely different animal. Not that I've been there, but I know.
And you have to actually attain different levels of licensure for different levels of trading.
Yes. Yeah. I think the first license is getting to be a runner, then something else, then a half trader. So it's also there's different classes and there's stuff that you can do, and there's a cap on stuff.
Weird.
Yeah, you want to get up to Series 7. You want your Series 7.
Yes, Series 7. That's it.
Where you could.
I used to know all that shit.
That the major issue is how many is what you can and cannot legally trade given your legal designation.
I've put this shot on the screen because it's kind of a reminder. There's not a lot there's a lot of shots of the Twin Towers, by the way. There's not a lot of shots of the below.
Oh god, yeah. I don't know what cut you have, but there is a shot of the Twin Towers before, and they say, a lot of people get killed there.
Yes,
as in the market.
It's in this one. They're talking about the market.
It was cut from
future releases. Really?
Obviously, yeah.
I didn't know that. I have the cut where he says about there's lots of people getting killed there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this shot. It kind of, again, encapsulates the down below the ground, like the ground floor, rather than the normal shots where you get the skyline of New York and the two towers, or somebody looking from down upwards, right? Most of the shots are looking up towards the sky, rather than just there. And then they start the show. Culture. Do you need to dip out now, or do you have like 5 more minutes? Just
I want to get to the end of the film. So yeah.
Cool. Okay.
We'll just
wrap it up.
We can wrap it up. Don't worry about it. So we have the trade. They sell high and buy low. It's some people don't get the short. This is how you do the short. So you wait till the price gets high, you sell high, and then you buy low.
Which side note, all of what our protagonists are doing is exactly what the Dukes are doing, which is, by the way, illegal as fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's
the SEC would be illegal after them like that.
Yeah, if they only knew. But both of them are actually doing insider trading. So Valentine and Winthorpe are doing inside trading to make themselves rich and to bankrupt the Dukes.
Well, what they were trying to do was trying to corner the market on FCOJ, which is frozen.
Which is Yeah.
Which is exactly what we talked about before when the Hunts tried to do that in Silver Thursday, where they tried to corner the market on the silver market, which failed miserably in the same way.
Of course, their actual trader gets annihilated in there. So far, so he gets crushed, and they try to wake him up, but they can't do it, and they are trying to do a trade, but nobody listens to them because they don't have the the special badge. If you don't have the special badge, nobody's gonna either buy nor sell for you.
Well, that, and also the market had closed. Remember, yes. The bell rung.
The bell rung, and the market is closed. And of course, we have the role reversal where after the Dukes get bankrupt, they see Valentine and Winthrop is like, oh, he bet me that we couldn't, get rich and get you bankrupt. And we say, oh, Winthrop, I lost. So here's $1.
No. He gives it like, Valentine, here you go. $1.
$1. Which, again, role reversal, because it's all about, it's it's trading places with the people who got you into that position. It's a trading places on trading places.
It's a rags to riches and revenge story tied into one, essentially.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And they are trading places.
And then we also get the line too, where it's like, open up the market. I don't care. Mortimer, your brother. Fuck him.
Yeah.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best parts of that. There it is. Yeah. That's so good.
This is where it's like, we own this exchange. Like, no.
There's always been a Duke on the seat.
On the seat in the exchange. By the way, the seat in the exchange cost a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Even back then.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like your brother. No, fuck him. It's done so well. And the fact that it's one take, it just makes it even sweeter. And of course, everybody's a winner because Coleman invested money. They literally have the scene where they're in either Grand Central Station or somewhere. It was like they're giving them their life savings so they can actually do the trade.
And also they get the money that Beeks was supposed to get.
Yes, exactly. And Ophelia gets rich. Winthrop gets rich. Valentine gets rich. And Coleman gets rich as well because,
And they end up in St. Croix.
Yeah. St.
Gorgeous
Croix?
island.
Really? How do you know it's St. Croix? Isn't it Jamaica?
No, it was filmed in St. Croix.
Okay, fine.
Virgin Islands.
Now, the line at the end, looking good, feeling good. Where's that from? Because I couldn't find the source. Looking good, looking good, Willis. Yeah, looking good, Lewis. Feeling good.
Feeling good. I don't remember. It's the same reference where when they have everyone at the dinner with Valentine, when he starts to speak, everyone turns and looks at him. It's actually a stockbroker commercial joke. Like everyone listens to is like JR something at the time. Okay. It was a big commercial in the 80s.
Hutton.
Yeah.
That's Hutton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Hutton.
I knew it was I knew it was familiar, but I just didn't know where from. Okay, cool. And that
I was gonna say the only sad bit is there is the whole bit where Beeks is getting sent off to China.
With the gorilla.
Where what's funny is the original baggage handlers had no idea. When they get him on board, the guys on the ship don't give a fuck. They're going to China anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. So let's quickly do a quick wrap up. I'll start. Enjoyed this movie so much. Again, having watched it, I think 2 times and a half time when I did the edits, which you will see in a bit. It's going to be YouTube risky a bit, but we'll handle it. It's
culture. I know you have to go. So let's
Yeah, we'll spring. You know what? We'll spring it up every single podcast. We do this at the end. We do a short little version, about a couple of minutes of.
I'm good. Let's. I'll be here.
Movie. So we'll have it. Yeah, don't worry about it. So we'll have the short version of Trading Places. Let me just set it up. Okay. It takes just a second. Blam, blah, blam, blah, blam. Here we go, guys. The short version of Trading Places.
Here we go. The short version.
Your breakfast, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Duke. Good morning, Mr. Duke.
Good morning, Mr. Duke. I bet you thought I'd forgotten your Christmas bonus.
$5. Maybe I'll go to the movies.
Clarence Beeks. Who the hell is...
I can see! I can see! I have legs! Is there a problem, officers?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. I can prove it.
Of course there's something wrong with him.
How much you want to bet?
The usual amount?
This is a practical joke, right, Brian? Hey, bubbles, man! Say, man, when I was growing up, we want jacuzzi, we had to fart in the tub, right? Hey, man, I'm sorry about that.
Perfectly all right, William. It was your vase.
You want me to break something else?
No.
Now, wait a minute. I've never seen this money before in my life.
That's PCP. Phencyclidine. Angel dust.
Get the fuck out!
Those men wanted to have sex with me. Let me in!
If you don't go away, I shall be forced to call the police.
By the way, food and rent are not the only things around here that cost money.
YouTube safe.
64. Mr. Valentine has set the price.
Hello, security. Merry Christmas.
Here, $1.
Dukes ruined my life over a bet. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem.
We gotta kill him, motherfucker! We gotta kill him!
Now.
South Northern April of 142!
Did not affect the orange harvest.
Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put y'all in the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
I lost. $1.
Mortimer, your brother's not well. We better call an ambulance.
Fuck him!
Looking good, Billy Ray!
Feeling good, Lewis!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Let me just trade places. That was our show for today. Thank you, Culture, for joining us. Thank you, Tom, for crashing in. Please, Culture, you can find Culture where it is. There it is. Okay. You can find Culture on...
And also, Culture, real quick, get your opinion overall. Just general opinion.
Yeah, general opinion of the movie.
Oh, I love the film. I see the film every year, multiple times a year, usually around this time of year. It is a Christmas film in the household. It is required viewing at least once in the Christmas season. And oftentimes I'll pull it up somewhere when I'm having a bad day and I just want to laugh and see the the bad people get punished. Because that's really what this ultimately is about, is the bad guys getting their comeuppance. Mm-hmm. So great film.
Right. You can find Culture on Twitter at Culture Casino. And of course, go subscribe to his YouTube channel at Culture Casino. And I will have your Odyssey and Rumble in the description. It's not linked right now, but it will be, of course. And guys, I don't have it set it up. I don't have it set it up for Tom, but go check out Midnight's Edge, Midnight's Edge After Dark, and Midnight's Edge Radio.
Midnight's
Edge Espanol. Exactly.
Mead Radio 1, Mead Radio 2, Midnight Snacks. I mean, he's got 1,000 channels.
Yep. Go
and also, Tom will be back in a couple of weeks for Christmas time.
The Christmas Eve special.
We told you the rule.
Yeah.
That's my hetero life mate over there.
Yeah, and that's my hetero life mate over there. So in the season, we will rejoice. And by the way, I didn't put my stuff up because I completely forgot. But if you wanna DM me, you can go at Mephisto. You can go at Mephisto79 on Instagram, and you can always email the show with suggestions and all that good stuff at the Reel McCoy podcast at gmail.com. Like and share this around. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine, but like this video or podcast and share it around because there's always someone that needs to know about freaking movies and how good they could be. All right. Until next week. Oh, by the way, next week we will have Jacob back. Jacob from Society Reviews coming back. Yep. With a fella that has not been in the show, a guy called Shipsidian. And we will cover Uncle Buck.
Wow.
Uncle Buck.
Another one of my favorite.
Yeah. Of course.
Starring a younger Macaulay Culkin. This time, he's not a murderer.
He's actually doing a very adorable kind of kid.
Because in Home Alone, Kevin McAllister kills people culture.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Right. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. Good night.